Good morning from Dublin. We're at the airport at the Hertz rental car pickup. We've just gotten our cute little Audi. So we're leaving Dublin today and we're going to drive across Ireland and stop in several towns along the way for the next week before we head back to Dublin to fly out. So we're ready to give this whole driving on the left side of the road a try, so wish us luck. Here we go. We're headed today to Kilkenny and the Rock of Cashel. Roundabouts are especially fun when you're doing them on the wrong side of the road. Kilkenny County, or as they say here, County Kilkenny. We're not going straight to Kilkenny. We're staying there tonight, but we're going a little past Kilkenny to the Rock of Cashel, which is a big castle. And I just thought that while we were on the road, I'd give you a couple little random details about Ireland for those of you who might be thinking about coming here. A lot of people don't realize it, but the island of Ireland is actually two countries. Northern Ireland is still part of the UK, still governed by the UK, and consequently they use pounds there just like anywhere else in the UK, whereas the rest of the island of Ireland uses euros. They're part of the EU, or the European Union. So be aware if you come here and you plan to go into Northern Ireland. It is now safe to do so. Although you will see in Belfast that there still are gates and walls separating the Protestants from the Catholics, or the Unionists versus the Republic. So you'll still notice that it's pretty eye-opening to go up to Belfast and see that they still have that kind of segregation, but it does still exist. And so it's worth a trip up there, and I would recommend that you go to Belfast. Probably I would recommend that you do it on a tour. It's a little bit difficult to do it yourself, but if you have a car and you want to drive up there, one thing you can do is take a black taxi tour. The taxi drivers have kind of taken advantage of the political situation up there, and they will give you political tours where they take you around, show you the walls and the gates, as well as all of the graffiti and murals that Belfast is known for. They're all political, and you'll see some that are in memoriam to those that were killed in what they call in the Troubles, as well as way back to 1916 in the Easter Uprising, although that mostly took place in Dublin. So we made a wrong turn, or we missed our turn, I should say.
I came down here for the view.
But this is an incredible view. Actually, I want to get out and go across the street where there's no signpost in my way. Cashel is the cutest little town. And that was a fortuitous wrong turn, because I think I got some great shots of that, of the castle from back there. It looks to me like you just have to park wherever you find parking. Yeah. But I thought I saw a car park over there. Well, this is one of the stops that I was most excited about on our self-guided driving tour of Ireland. And I have to say, we haven't even gotten inside yet, and it has not disappointed. So, what's your first impression?
My first impression is, holy cow, how did they get all those stones up there?
I know. And the view up, I'll show you the view a little when we get up all the way to the top. The view has to be incredible. Here's part of the view. Wow. Have I said that already? It's incredible. And look at this view back here. Walk over here so you can see it a little bit better. Amazing.
Za 40 minut pada.
This is one of the things I love about Ireland, is that there's still so much undeveloped land. Because I think, as I told you in an earlier video, there are 5 million people in Dublin. I'm sorry, there are 5 million people. I think, as I told you in an earlier tour, there are 5 million people in Ireland. And 1.5 million of those live in Dublin. So when you get to these smaller little towns, when you get outside of Dublin, there's just still so much to see that's natural. It's really incredible. This is just absolutely stunning. Even if we weren't seeing anything else here, this was worth the 2-hour drive. It is absolutely magnificent. It's just so massive. You see castles like this in movies and TV, but it's hard to appreciate the scale until you're standing in it. I don't know how old this is or if it's original, but it's really cool. It looks old and it smells old. So we're here for the film presentation.
King of Munster, whose name was Conall Cork, founded the first settlement here and declared it the home or the site of the kings of Munster. So it continued in that vein up to the 12th century. And the first structures that would have been on our side here would have been a timber circular balustrade with timber houses with thatched roofs inside it. Actually, what was known as wattle and daub. So the houses would have been weaved from wattles and mud daubed on them to insulate them and to stop the breezes coming through and that. So that was the type of settlement that was here. The first stone building didn't appear on Rock of Cashel until the 9th century, when the king built a great hall for feasting and for functions like weddings and celebrations and things like that.
building is 15th century. It's the newest of the buildings here at Cashel. This is where the choir lived and practiced. They would have practiced up there in the balcony. Dined and worked down here. And they slept next door in the building that we saw earlier where we watched the film. Here's where they would have cooked. And as I said, this is one of the newer buildings. It's a 15th century building. The oldest building here is 11th century. And our tour is moving on now, so we'll catch up with them.
So this is a German Romanesque style chapel, and it was the first Romanesque style chapel to be built in Ireland. You can see some of the features of the German Romanesque style are the ribbing which divides the different stories, which are actually not stories at all. You'll see that when you go in. It's just designed to look like that. The blind arcading, so the windows haven't been locked up. That's the way it would have been built originally. The chevron pattern, which is the zigzag pattern that you see over the door, over a lot of the arches, and it's also quite visible inside as well, this chevron pattern. It's a sandstone building.
The doors you see up there are part of passageways that ran all through these walls, all the way around the building into the chamber over there. They would have been covered completely with stained glass, and during certain times of the day when there was no light reflecting from outside, they could pass behind those windows all the way through these walls in secrecy for their safety. Very interesting. I've never seen that before. This is where they would have poured hot oil or pig's fat through when an invader was trying to come in. And then their second line of defense was those very, very narrow spiral stairs, so that when they were coming up the stairs, they were forced to walk to the outside where the steps were wider, and that was the side where their draw their sword. We really loved the Rock of Cashel. Now we are headed for the suburbs of Kilkenny for our bed and breakfast. And we've gotten off the main highway. We're on this pretty little road. That sign just said wheelchair user on road. That's a first. These little castles are just everywhere.
So there's literally 1,000 of them across Ireland.
1,000 of them across Ireland. That's what the guy at the Rock of Cashel told us. I don't know if we're going to see. Oh, there it is. You can kind of see it over there. Isn't this cute? This is the cutest little town. It's almost like all these little bitty towns grew up around those little bitty castles.
Continue straight for 9 minutes to N78.
It makes sense, doesn't it? That's what the Lord was.
The Lord of the estate or whatever that owned all the land, the laird. I don't know if they called them lairds here. That's what they call them in Scotland. Castle Cumber, that's where we're going.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
There's why they say Ireland is 50 shades of green. Well, we found our B&B. It's really beautiful on the outside. So now we're in the middle of Kilkenny. We followed our B&B hosts into town and we're just going to look for a place to eat. They have plans tonight somewhere down here, so they graciously offered to let us follow them. Cute little town. Narrow roads. They don't look especially narrow until you try to have two cars going down. So we're going over the bridge. Yeah, he's saying go that way.
Yeah.
And there is the castle, I believe. And we're gonna go there tomorrow. So it's both a Saturday night and a holiday weekend. So it is extremely busy down here. But they have told us couple places to go. And hopefully we're going early enough that we'll be able to get a table. We've noticed that things really start getting busy about 8 o'clock. This is the cutest little town. All these little roads. Little narrow alleyways. Pubs, inns, restaurants. There's the castle up on the hill in the distance. So I just wanted to show you a little bit of the B&B where we're staying. She has 6 rooms, and this was an old schoolhouse. This would have been the classroom. This building is 200 years old. And this is the sunroom, which is where we're having breakfast this morning because we're the only ones that are up. Mark's enjoying his bacon and eggs. And here in Ireland, if you order bacon, you're going to get what we consider ham, what we call ham. So just be aware of that. You're not going to get the bacon strips. Lots of different kinds of breads, homemade scones. They're the best I've had since we've been here in Ireland, and in England for that matter. And this is the view out back. As you can see, a nice patio. Beautiful farm. They have their own hens. I don't know if those were the eggs we ate this morning. They probably were. But just a beautiful, beautiful place. And I have to say, spotless. Beautifully, beautifully taken care of. Everything was bright, cheery, beautifully decorated. And
The word you're searching for is immaculate.
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 Perfect word. It is. That's a perfect word. It is immaculate. This is the entryway of the house. We're in one of the upstairs rooms. There's 2 downstairs and 4 upstairs. Another beautiful view out back. An old-fashioned key. I wanted to give you a quick view of our room. This was our room here at Wansford House. As you can see, beautiful, bright, airy room. Queen bed. Nice little desk or vanity, however you prefer to use it. Just like in a hotel, she leaves you water and glasses, a blow dryer for your use, a nice book of information about the house itself and the area, a small TV on the wall, a really nice closet, which we did not use because we're just here for one night, but it's a nice big closet. And then a really nice private bath. So this is the bathroom, shower, and just so, I can't tell you how clean it is. It's just immaculate. It feels incredibly clean. You just don't have a second thought about germs or anything like that. And again, our beautiful view, because our room is on the front of the house, so this is looking across the road. We see this out both the bedroom and the bathroom window. I can't recommend this place highly enough. Anna and Michael are the owners. She has information downstairs, booklets with tourist attractions and that kind of thing, as well as maps. Just fabulous. I would stay here again in a heartbeat. So again, it's Wansford House, and I'll put some contact information down below. I found her through Airbnb. Here's the outside of Wansford House. Ample parking. She was full last night. All 6 of her rooms were full, and there was no problem with parking. She has tons of parking out here. As you can see, even a camper was able to park. Beautiful little garden over there. Just the perfect place.